Arthur, first win at the helm, congratulations. How's the feelings after that one?
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. Yeah, definitely a nice feeling, and nice to be rewarded for their hard work, because it's been a month now of hard work and some good performances, and in the end you keep going and you get rewarded.
Just how pleasing, I guess, the way that you were able to I guess, put that exclamation mark on it. You weren't having to just hang in there. Bruno scored that second goal, and you actually sort of get to enjoy it.
Yeah, we discussed that during the week with our substitutes and with all the squad, and making sure that players that do come on, they don't just come on and do a job, they come on and take us to the next level, and that's really important, especially when you've got depth like us in attack. It's important they come on and they finish the job off for us, or they take us to another level, like I said, and in the end, one striker scores the first and the other striker scores the second, so I think it's a good night.
What sort of does this do for the group, for yourself? Like, just that steadying presence. It had been so long, obviously, without a win. It's a very proud club, very proud group.
Yeah, I think it's they've never stopped believing. They've never stopped working hard, and in the end, that's why every week you see that they turn up and they put in a really good performance. And sometimes that's not enough. And tonight, maybe performance-wise, wasn't great. Probably not one of our better games, but in the end, you got the result. So, in the end, we created a lot of chances in that first half again, and probably could have had a couple more in that first half. We didn't, and in the end, we kept a clean sheet. We suffered when we needed to and stayed resilient and got rewarded for that.
On a personal level for you, Arthur, I've been pestering you every week, asking you pre-game about not getting a win. On a personal level, this must feel really good for you. Your first win as an A-League men head coach, it's in a big blue, on a big occasion against, Sydney FC. On a personal level, you must take some level of satisfaction, because it can't be easy to come in every day and keep working hard when you're not seeing the rewards.
Look, this job's never easy for anybody. It doesn't matter whether you're winning or losing, and in the end, the most important thing tonight is that the players have been rewarded for the last 6 games, and that's all I care about. Yes, it gets a monkey off your back, but in the end, they've been rewarded for their work and their performances, and that's the most important thing for me.
I guess following on from that then, was it important on a personal level for the players? Because, as I said, if you're working hard but not seeing the rewards, there's only so long you can keep working hard before your heads begin to drop and that effort just begins to go away. Yeah,
and like I said early on, we've got a really strong change room and a special change room, and that's what gets you through these moments. And in the end, if you're not together as a unit on and off the pitch, and if your change room's not strong, you can be vulnerable in these situations, and that shows the quality of the change room as individuals and as footballers. And that's why you get your head above water eventually, and you keep doing the right things each day, and eventually you'll be rewarded.
That second half, Sydney certainly had plenty of the ball, 75% possession, but at the same time, they weren't really creating much to threaten Mitch. You were looking to get out there and key in a transition. Was that the game plan coming into the second half? You were fine with not having the ball because you were confident that you could still control the game without it?
No, I'm never fine without having the ball. That's not the way we want to play, that's for sure. But in the end, you're playing against a quality opponent, and they did have more of the ball than I would have liked. But in saying that, we had to defend really well, and we knew what we were up against, and we dealt with that. And sometimes you've got to suffer without the ball, and you can still not have the ball and still be in control of the game. And I felt that even when we didn't have the ball, we still had control, and we didn't look like we were going to concede tonight. They had a couple of good chances, like every team would in every match. But apart from that, I think the resilience and the suffering, they stuck together, and in the end, we didn't give away a lot.
Do you feel like this could be like the launching pad, after all the stuff, Patrick's departure, there was all that upheaval. I know you've put in some good performances, obviously, since then, just not getting the results. But do you think this win could now be the launching pad for the second half of the season on to bigger and better things for the boys?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it is. But in the end, every week it's a difficult opponent. Doesn't matter who it is, whether it's a big blue or any opponent that you play against, whether you're home or away. It's a very difficult match in the A-League every week, and we'll enjoy tonight, but tomorrow we're recovering, and our focus now moves to Perth, and it's important that we get ready as of tomorrow and start dotting our I's and crossing our T's to make sure that come to Perth we're ready to go again.
And how special was it to have Mitch between the posts for the first time tonight?
Yeah, it was great. It was great to have him there, and he put in a good shift as well, kept the clean sheet, but it's not just his job, the clean sheet. The clean sheet is all 11 players and the substitutes to come on. So in the end, that's a reward for the whole team. They defend as a unit, they attack as a unit, and that was very pleasing.
And on a personal level, are you hoping that your role with the club will be or at least publicly solidified sooner rather than later? How do you sort of see what's going on there?
That's out of my control at the moment. So I just turn up every day and I work my hardest and I work my best for this football club, and that's all I can do.
Have you been given any sort of clarity on when a decision might be made or those sorts of things? Yeah.
No, that's out of my control.
You just carry on as is then while you...
Yes, I just turn up every day and work, and that's all I worry about.
Just another one on Mitch. It seemed, at least from where we were, you could see his leadership, you could see his presence. He looked so sharp, obviously having come from the J-League. What did you make of the way he controlled things?
He was great, and in the end we got a fantastic goalkeeper coach as well, because he was on a break. He had a little break before he got here, and he's come back the last few weeks now and been doing some really good work with David there, and hence why both keepers this year have been very good for us.
Just a brief one. Daniel, obviously, back to the bench tonight. I'm not sure if you saw, but Tony Popovic said that he needs to raise his level. He needs more end product. He was, I think, poor in the October camp. You obviously work with him day in, day out. I guess how's he handled the last few months, and what have you made of Daniel?
Yeah, Daniel's a talented footballer, with a high ceiling, and the challenge for Daniel is to reach that ceiling, and he's got to keep working hard every day and make the most of his ability. I don't like using the word potential because he's not a kid anymore. He's got ability, and he's got to use that to reach his ceiling. And if he does that, then the sky's the limit for Daniel.
The timing of those articles coming out today with the embargo, not the best timing for him. Did you speak to him before the game about, or that he's suddenly the discussion of so much conversation around Tony's comments, and just have a word with him and try to keep his head focused on the game?
No, there was no discussion, that's for sure. Before the game, that's not a discussion for game day. That's Socceroos is a separate thing to Melbourne Victory, and in the end, whether that's motivation for Daniel or not, that's for Daniel to decide. But Tony knows what he's doing, and in the end, he's leading the Socceroos right now, and his focus is on every individual player that's up for selection for him to make sure he gets the best out of them. And at the end of the day, for us, it's providing that platform for the players to perform each week to try and get into those Socceroos. So that's my part.
Yeah, we saw you roll with Nishan and Santos today as your starting wingers. Was that get some more pace in there with Sydney's high line? Was that something you'd seen in training? What was behind that reasoning? Yeah,
I think the changes today weren't due to a poor performance from anyone. In the end, it was like every week, you pick a team that you think can win the match. And for today, they were the players that we thought could win that match for us, and I think they all contributed. So, even the players that come on. So everyone played their part, and that's really important.
Ryan Teague, are you anticipating he'll remain a Victory player beyond the window or not? How do you sort of see that playing?
I hope so, but if he doesn't and something great comes for him, like any player, I wish him all the best, and that's great for any player who's got ambition and wants to keep pursuing a footballing career. But yeah, that's news to me if there is any talk. But in the end, Ryan had a fantastic game tonight, and like most of them, and he's an important part of this team. And he's important for the A-League as well, because you want top Australian talent playing and young talent, and he fits that mould.
It's obviously a bit hypothetical, but if you lost Teague and Gary in quick succession, would that be a bit of a challenge for you guys to fix that?
Yeah, that'd be a challenge for anyone. But in the end, the show goes on, and that's something that you can't control. So we'll worry about the things that we can control, and anything outside of that, we'll deal with that when we have to deal with it.
And just any injuries tonight, or clean bill of health, or?
No, at this stage it looks like everyone's fit and healthy. So again, we'll see tomorrow morning. But it seems at this stage that everyone's fit and healthy after that.